Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
Hello.
We're gonna look at the new making of 2.0. This is the film starring Rajinikanth and Akshay Kumar, directed by Shankar, and features music by A.R. Rahman. So, I said a whole bunch of stuff just now that all of you guys already knew, but I thought I'd say it anyway, just to intro the video properly. There's no English subtitles, so if anything is not in English, we just won't know what they're saying, just FYI.
This bit's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole 3D thing?
Uh-huh.
Well, it ought to be. Given that the film's gonna be in 3D, so...
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I got excited, I'm sorry.
I love that. They just walk the green screen behind him.
I wonder if you can buy those glasses yet. That'd be kind of cool to buy the Rajinikanth glasses.
Making Shankar's vision come to life was by far the most gratifying part of my job.
In 2.0, there is equally a strong character opposite to Chitty and 2.0.
2.0 is like a much bigger than the first part. Comparing 2.0 with the first part looks like a teaser.
So naturally,
Wow.
the amount of VFX is double the amount of what we had in Robot.
My reaction was, wow, this is a very
Double
creative
negative.
project. I felt honored.
You know what
My
double negative
first
is?
thought was
Yeah, they're huge.
How are they going to pull off and create something so impossible in real life?
The imagination is very wild and huge, and it can be created by VFX only.
I, for one, have never witnessed such effects that the major VFX studios have created. To be honest, it's very challenging in the sense you have to keep your imagination alive. You start off excited, but then once you have seen green enough times, you start turning green yourself. But Shankar sir keeps you on the edge of your harness, literally. It's easy to stay inspired when you have a greatest Indian visionary on top of every move of yours.
Size-wise and complexity-wise, Chitty introduction sequence and the climax, very complex, and there's a lot of changeovers, like different characters, different shapes.
Good thing about working with him is like his script is locked. He never changes the script. That actually helps us divide and provide entire thing as planned.
Every time we would miss something because we were rushing for delivery or something and we did not necessarily look back at the script, he would point out to me, look, I wrote it on the script that this is exactly what I want.
And anybody who's seen a Shankar film knows that everything is just big, but I mean, this film dwarfs, I think, everything that we've ever seen, certainly from him, and anything that we've seen in a lot of Indian cinema to date.
Whenever we see that one small output, it gives a lot of energy because we get very rarely this kind of scripts to get prove our talent.
The audience will experience a very innovative taste of creativity, something that is not necessarily present everywhere.
The audience should not feel the VFX. That is the best VFX. They should see as a story and they should see as a movie. Whatever they enjoy in Hollywood films, I think they can enjoy in this film also.
I myself can't wait to see it because as far as I am aware, it's extremely special for an Indian film. The combination of both VFX expertise and the written artistry along with Shankar sir's visual and directorial fantasy. It is very much there. He really does take you to a journey which you will remember for the rest of your life.
These are like insane set pieces they got going on
Yeah.
here. I'm very curious to see how the final image is gonna look.
You know, I think it's really smart of them to release these making of featurettes even before seeing a trailer. Because I feel quite excited to see the movie now that I know what's going on behind the scenes and how much work and all the technology and everything that's involved in the making of this movie. I'm like, you've sold me on it better.
It certainly allows you to promote the film without actually having anything in the can yet.
Yeah,
right. So
smart.
it's very smart in that regard because you get to talk about what's going on. You get to get people excited with seeing some of the behind the scenes set pieces and whatnot, and the kind of grandioseness of it all. Is that a fucking word?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, grandioseness. Why not? What?
I thought I saw a light turn off. I thought that Rajinikanth was in
that
here.
light turned off.
Okay. Which one? Oh. Rajinikanth.
I didn't even realize.
Round 2, Rajinikanth. See what you do to
Round 2.0.
See what you do to my lights now. I think that's actually brilliant that because the thing about it is you're spending all of this money and this is going to be a groundbreaking film for India. And so you got to find a way to advertise it now and get people excited now without showing too much. I'm imagining that there's going to be a lot of time spent in post-production to make the visual effects look as great as possible, to really craft it and not rush it. Because when you rush it, it looks bad, as we've seen in a number of American films.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that this is how they're advertising it. I'd rather it be this than kind of some sort of ham-fisted piece of visual effects. Like, even I remember the first trailer for Jurassic World that came out when the dinosaur came out of the water. And I'm like, this looks like visual effects. And, I expect more from Jurassic Park, from that franchise. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with this. I was excited from the first featurette, and that's just a continued excitement now. They were doing a good job of maintaining mystery. I think they showed a little bit much from the previous, well, with regards to the final act of the film, the finale. They were showing the big ball, whatever that Akshay Kumar turns into, and he starts barreling through the stadium and whatnot. I mean, it gives you something to look forward to because you're like, when is this gonna come?
Also, what it's gonna look like, because the pre-visualization looks really rough.
Of course.
I'm sure that by the time they've done all their VFX work and everything on it, it's gonna look really cool.
What he was talking about was very interesting. That stood out to me, where he goes, when I write a script and it's finalized, it's finalized. Like, I'm not changing it anymore. What you find in American films where they end up blowing so much money, and I know this from friends who work in the industry, is things will get changed after it's already been shot. And they're like, oh no, we gotta change this and reshoot all of this movie, because we didn't do our planning properly. We didn't do our pre-vises. We didn't do our, script planning properly. Like, you can just use any number of American films as examples of where things just were not properly planned out in advance, and it was kind of shot as they went along. I like the preparation that's involved here, and I hope that even after films of this scale become the norm in India, I hope that they maintain that work ethic of we're going to prep this in order to avoid wasting money down the line and wasting man hours. The proper preparation will always be taken in order to make the best film possible.
Yeah, I really appreciate that the director Shankar has a very keen eye for detail, and I think that's gonna come through in the final product of the film.
Another thing that was interesting was Akshay Kumar talking about how, you get really excited at the outset, and then after a while, you don't care anymore. You're seeing green all the time, and it becomes mundane to you. Early on in the States, in terms of filmmaking, like when George Lucas introduced that with Star Wars, it was hard for the actors to be on green screen and act because they could not see their environments. Now it's more normal, but I feel like it really does require a very, very smart, sensible director who communicates really well to keep you enthusiastic, to help you maintain that vision, because as an actor, you could kind of lose that emotional connection to everything happening when you're just seeing green all the time.
Well, yeah, and sometimes it's hard to visualize exactly what the director or writer has in mind when they're like, a dinosaur is coming towards you, and you really have to be detailed in your imagination, like, what's the dinosaur doing? How do I feel about it? Blah, blah, blah.
If you guys look up the Xbox commercial I did, that was all green screen. There was just a huge green screen stage, and the director telling me, okay, so this is going to be there, this is going to be there, this is going to be there, and I'm like, okay, I just got to make this up now and just pretend it's there. And when you see the final product and it all connects together, you still just have no idea what they're talking about or what they're seeing. You just have to kind of try to see it yourself. I appreciate them including that because That's like a moment of honesty.
Yeah.
Because Akshay Kumar's going, you know, it's hard. Like, it's hard to maintain that passion yourself. And thankfully, Shankar was keeping me there.
Yeah.
I really like that they kept that in this featurette. That woman is beautiful.
Yeah, Amy Jackson.
Yeah, she is just ridiculously gorgeous. I'm like, god damn. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you recommending this video. I was glad we watched it, and it's got me even more excited to watch the film 2.0. We're definitely gonna watch the first one very, very soon, and we'll review it for you guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out ACHARA KIRK on the social media. Check out our other reactions, reviews, and short films. I love y'all. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
and peace out.